Tosaka, can you make this work?
成功させるわ。でも成功させることはそのまま安全につながるわけじゃない。失敗させるつもりはさらさらないけど、成功すればシローの魔術回路はセイバーに奪われる。むしろ失敗した方がいいんじゃないかって思えるほどの喪失感と苦痛を生むでしょうね。もし魔術回路を奪われれば、それはシローが。
It would mean that my secondary nerve, my missing magical circuits, would be like a piece is torn from my psyche and would damage the spiritual body's integrity, creating a fatal flaw in me as a mage. I will never regain that missing piece as long as I live. My hopes of becoming a full-fledged mage from experience alone will die. Once I lose my foundation, my magic circuits, I'll always be incomplete no matter what. I nod, for my own sake. Is that all? I'd rather save Saber. Okay, let's do it, Tosaka.
早っ。決断が早いのはいいけど、本当にどういうことなのか分かってるの
？I do. You already told me.
分かってるわけないじゃない。いい？セイバーを救うために、私はシローに魔術師として死ねと言ってるようなものなのよ。なのにどうしてそんなに反論もしないでうなずいて。
Because I don't have any objections. I'm agreeing because it's the best plan we have. You should be more confident in your own plan. Seeing you panic like that is making me worry. And if we don't do this, Saber can't fight Berserker, right?
そうよ。そうだって言ってるじゃない。
See, and it's not like we haven't made any sacrifices. We have to fight and win, since he bought us time. His stance told me to go. I didn't like him, but if he was willing to risk his life to protect his master, Tosaka, I can't back out now.
いいわ。始めましょう、シロ。
Yeah, are you ready, Saber? We're going to transplant my magic circuits into you.
それがマスターの判断なら。
I hear neither affirmation nor denial in her voice. Her eyes seem filled with regret. I guess Tosaka is going to prepare us for the transplant. I don't know the procedure, so I just have to leave it all to Tosaka. But why is she sharpening a rusty kitchen knife?
まずはセイバーからね。シローを魔術回路をオンにしたまま、できるだけ心を乱さないように待機していて。
I close my eyes and switch over the magical nerve in my body. Thanks to Tosaka's instruction, I've been able to turn my circuits on and off effortlessly. A red flower entangled the white flower. Tosaka climbs up to straddle Saber, who lies still. Then begins to run her fingers along the curves of Saber's slender form. We still have to bring the bisexual energy in here. Tosaka, what are you doing to Saber?
何って、セイバーにもリラックスしてもらおうと思って。セイバーが力を抜いてくれないと成功率が下がっちゃうし。
Oh, okay. Sorry. Continue.
ええ、どうも。それじゃあ服を脱ぎましょうか、セイバー。
What? What? Shiro and I became one!
いちいち驚かないの。脱ぐって言っても一部だけよ。魔術回路の移植は精神と体の融合よ。できるだけ接触を多くして遮蔽を少なくしなきゃいけないでしょ。
Mm-hmm. No one in the series is straight. Tosaka is completely calm about this. Saber and I are the only two who are flustered about this as Tosaka begins undoing Saber's collar.
待ってください、リン。それでしたら自分ででき。腕を上げるのも辛いくせに強がらないで。はあ、それともエミヤくん、マスターの責務としてセーバーを自分で脱がせたいとか。
You... I want to call her a fool, but I snap my mouth shut. All jokes aside, I'm not suited to a task like that. If I had to do it, I wouldn't be able to maintain my composure. Sorry, I'm leaving everything to you.
よろしい。そういうわけだから白も脱ぎなさい。は、上着脱ぐだけでいいから。下まで全部脱いだら殺すからね。
I can't tell if she's joking or being serious. Not gonna risk it. It seems like I need to strip to connect with Saber, though.
白、お願いです。しばらく背を向けていていただけないでしょうか。
Oh, got it. Tell me when you're ready. I turn away and fold the shirt I was wearing. I try to distract myself and hide how nervous I am by folding the shirt up neatly, sleeves and all.
大丈夫？セイバー。はい。だいぶ楽になりましたが。
I need to calm down. I try to get my fear under control as I find myself dreading how painful and difficult the magical circuit transplant will be, and how it might fail. This is just a step along the path. I should be more worried about the fight with Berserker that comes after this.
いいわよ、シロ。
Okay. I forget to breathe. In case you needed any indication, this used to have sex scenes in it. I personally can do without the sex scenes, so whatever. I'm fine without them, really. But I've seen her bare skin before. But I've never seen Saber like I'm seeing her now, and as she lies in bed. It must be all this tension in the air. It's not just me. Saber is acting weird too. I acted normal when I saw her bare skin. She acted normal when I saw her bare skin before.
シロ、こっち。ここに上がってセイバーに覆いかぶさって。
It's like someone else is controlling my body. I'm walking towards the bed, but it doesn't seem real to me.
セイバー、同調までは私がやるわ。それからあとはあなたにお願いするけど、持っていきすぎないように注意して。少なければ少ないほどシローの負担は減るから。わかりました。お願いします。リン。
I have no idea what they're saying. Right now, it's all I can do to breathe. When she We get even closer. We're so close our skin is almost touching. I feel Saber's weak breath on me. I support my weight on my hands. My body is so close to hers.
遠隔準備実質棒が接続開始
The chant begins. I try to focus my consciousness on what's happening, to clear my mind so I can sympathize with Saber.
小さく小さく小さく小さく円環航路開始
I only see Saber's face. She's already in a meditative state. I can't keep my eyes open forever. I reluctantly close my eyes.
大きく大きく大きく大きく愛の行動連続閉鎖
My senses begin to fade. It's the same floating sensation as when I create my magic circuit every night. The feeling of my ego, my mind, leaving my body. This time, though, it's running in reverse. Normally, I feel that sensation coming from my back. But right now, my consciousness is escaping from my chest. Shira, put down that burning rod right now! The five senses are functions associated with the physical body. The moment my consciousness leaves my body, I lose my sense of hearing. But my ears are more sensitive to Saber's breathing. Her slow, steady breathing begins to speed up. I hear the heart pounding in my chest. Blood rushes through my veins. I leave the vessel known as Shiro Miya and slide into her body. My consciousness sinks deeper into her. My self swirls and converges, invading her as a solid crystal. Pulsing hot breath. Our hearts, not bodies, touch.
白
Her voice rings out like a bell, and in response, my essence escapes my physical body. My senses are transformed. I have no hands, no legs, no self, but I continue in this bare state. Time seems to flow backward. Instead of flying, I feel like I'm being left behind. I accelerate. The body, persona, order, law. I become an arrow, shattering every barrier behind me, destroying the boundaries that separate one person from another. Sparks race along the circuit. I freeze in the ecstasy of reaching the speed of light. This is cool looking. I honestly prefer these visuals to the original sex scene. Like, oh my god, this looks awesome. They say a person's life flashes by in a single instant. The flashbacks are cruel. Every instant passes by in the blink of an eye. I can't look at it directly, so I find myself going emotionally numb. So this is a mental journey. I'm reminded of just how comforting our physical bodies, our anchors, can be. I visualize the foundation of magecraft. The human operation is quantified. Hundreds of institutions, millions of joints form a circle. The endless complex patterns are in fact just a highway formed by simple repetition, all heading into the vastness of the future. It's like a vehicle of some kind heading toward the darkened city of light. Here in the present, my thoughts pass by at the speed of light. Goddamn flashing lights! What happened? There we are. Eternity passes in an instant. I pass through the last boundary. I break through, and I am inside her. I see a glimpse of Ultra's magic circuits, not my own. The changes are extreme. The speed and light of the world vanishes all at once. Here it is dark. Here it is heavy. The pressure of it pushes against my bodiless form. The air is so thick I may as well be underwater. My body sinks, feeling only the agony of being clamped in a vice. The path is deep, and I can't see the bottom. I feel myself fall through the thick twilight, plummeting deeper into an even denser darkness. It seems impossible that just a moment ago I traveled 10,000 miles in the blink of an eye. Now, even going to a single mile seems like it would be an arduous, eternal journey. I feel neither light nor hope. Are these really Saber's magical circuits? Magic circuits? I keep wanting to call them magical circuits. They're completely different from mine. The shape of the circuits, the number of pathways, all that differs from person to person, but this is unlike anything else. This isn't a matter of scale or ability. Saber's magic circuits are fundamentally different from a mage's. The path rumbles. Every time it does, my tiny self nearly shatters. I don't know what Saber's magic circuits are like, but I can tell the sympathizing magecraft is functioning properly. This is not a failure. The dark, heavy pressure of the place doesn't seem like Saber, but it's also not an impure place. It's brimming with life. The flowing air is blood. The flowing air is blood and a swirl of magical energy. I realize I've forgotten to breathe. I haven't needed to. Sinking is painful, but it's not life-threatening. I look up into the darkness I've sunken into, but I seem to get past the point of no return. I can't see anything in this darkness. I'm submerged gradually, but the distance ahead is infinite. The air grows even heavier. My rate of descending slows yet again. I squint into the darkness. The seemingly endless road does have an end. I feel the heat of Saber's body. I feel her every breath, so close. The final destination. I reach the source of Saber's magic circuits, the center of her mental world. But what I see is beyond my capacity to understand. It's the core of a star. I've reached the embodiment of some impossible scorching heat, breathing from the depths of the earth. The fiery red surface swirls, and then there's a splash, like stagnant mud. At the bottom, there lurks a giant shadow. Its fiery eyes fix on the tiny intruder. Whether its master gave the intruder permission to enter or not, it's still a foreign invader. It's the fate in the face of this core. My own consciousness is barely a mote of dust to disturb its function, or a piece of wood to feed its fire. I gulp, even though I have no throat to swallow with. I take in the entire scene. These are Saber's magic circuits. A heart beyond anything human, so different from ours, which we imagine as lines and circuits. This is the reactor core. If a mage's body is a machine for creating magical energy, then what I'm seeing is an entire factory. But the core is inactive. The key that should activate the core, the spark of power the spark of power to bring the whole thing to life, has been cut off. Despite the overwhelming ability this core has to produce massive amounts of magical energy, it lacks the initial charge to activate itself. It floats overhead, a stagnant sea of fuel. No matter how much undiluted magical energy fills this endless space, it's useless. It needs to ignite. Even a tiny spark could do the trick. So long as the pathway for magical energy is connected, the core will roar back to life. And to do that, something beyond human knowledge awakens. Pathways running over the lake of magical energy begin to swirl. Red air explodes upward into a raging pillar. Is this what it's like to stand in a thundercloud? That is so cool! So intense is the roar of the raging waves that I don't even properly hear it. In the same way, something too massive can't be properly seen. The roar is its own kind of silence to me. What appears at the heart of the blazing core is the embodiment of every threat mankind carries in their heart. It has been said that the king is a red dragon that symbolizes Britain. Phantasmal blood runs in their human veins, the child of a sacred star. A dragon, a ruler, the symbol of so many phantasmal species, objects of both awe and fear, the pinnacle of all beasts, appearing at times as a demon, at times as a god. This is what lies in Saber's subconscious. Its otherworldly form suits the servant said to be the best. That is so cool! The cauldron opens. Vicious fangs are all I see. There can be no resistance. Humans, which pale to insignificance before this, could never defend against it. No human intelligence could ever conceive of a way to escape. Oh, it must be famished. It devours its prey, which would normally seem as inconsequential as motes of dust, with its bloodshot eyes. Oh, goddamn! and I am at a complete loss for words. I wonder, why do we not eat living metals? It's obvious. We cannot bear to see our food alive. Living meals. We prefer fresh food, but rarely do we eat anything alive because we feel it's cruel for our food to suffer. In other words, killing the meat we consume before we eat it is our way of preserving its dignity. A scream of rage tears its way from my throat. I forget who I am and roar like a beast. I try to appeal to the beast. The hatred builds within me. My only resistance is bearing my emotions. I beg for mercy like a crucified sinner as I'm ground into a meal. My consciousness grows hazy, muddled. Every purpose and meaning in my life falls away. Any hope of retaining my sanity is long gone as creation itself. The pain, the pressure, they're far, far too much. And then, when I came to see it only as a monster, even once I learned of this hell, I believed I could endure it. The image of Saber, her head hanging low, comes back to me. I recall the meaning of this pain. That meaning drives me forward. It is a little painful reminder that I came of what I came here to do. I draw in deep breath and let go of my resistance. It's not the dragon's fangs I should be fighting, but the pain twisting through me. I'm not here to run from the pain. I'm here to save her pain, to live up to the trust she's placed in me time and time again. And so, I'm here to give her the best thing I had, and so who has no hope. To give her the best thing that I, who have no hope of fighting, can give. The pain is indescribable. I can't reach out to my ground. I can't reach to my ground down conscience. I can't reach out to my ground down consciousness. I hone my awareness like a blade, silently, as if I were asleep. Here, eternity is but an instant. As long as I can endure this pain, even for an instant, my consciousness will remain. All right, then. I won't let myself feel an ounce of fear. I shall dedicate this pain to you, who will be the one to fight. My hormones are greater than the pain! The pain instantly fades. The red dragon is gone, and my consciousness gradually floats back to the surface. I am weightless because am I weightless because I lost something? As if I'm floating back to the water's surface, I feel myself again rising up above the reactor. But wait. There's something I want to check before... Ah. It's so warm. A dull throbbing hum issues from the reactor as it burns with golden light. The elaborate magic circuits shine with the rainbow hue and begin their circulation. The fire is lit. I may be an untrained amateur of a mage, but today I've filled my role as her lord. I surrender my body to the wind and float upwards. I catch a glimpse of an instant memory. A figure holding a sword, and a figure standing in a grassy field as it dances in the wind. Which one did I find reminiscent? Transplant Shiro's magic circuit into Saber. I feel the sunlight on my eyelids and slowly open them. Dazed and confused, I check over my own body. My arms and legs are fine. I don't see any wounds. Maybe the pain faded the moment I was able to endure it. My physical wounds and even the mental scar seem to have been healed.
Shiro.
I hear a weak voice from under me. Huh? The feeling of her soft skin immediately makes me realize who's speaking and the position we're in. Ouch! Saber is lying on the bed with her blouse in disarray, while Tosaka is sleeping, cradling her knees to her chest. Tosaka may be fine, but Saber has been under me like this the whole time. Morning, Saber.
おはようございます、シロ。
We exchange awkward pleasantries. Saber slowly gets up and rearranges her blouse. Crap, we're so embarrassed we can't even look at each other in the eye. It's almost like this was originally a sex scene or something. You can already get up, Saber?
はい。魔力の供給を受けられるようになりましたので。
She seems to be back to her normal self. When I carried her here last night, she was so weak. It seems like she might disappear at any moment, but that weakness is gone now. I see. That's a relief. So the magic circuit transplant worked.
はい。ですからその服を着ていただけませんか、シロ。その格好のままだと私もなぜか話しづらい。
She has gained our horny. I look down at myself. Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. I hastily reach for the neatly folded shirt. For my neatly folded shirt. That was as nice of Tosaka to fold it up like that. Wait, no, I did that. Why did I fold it so tight? I vividly recall the last night's ritual. I connect with Saber, and Tosaka transplanted my magic circuits deep within Saber. Saber looks like she's back to normal, but what happened to me? Tosaka warned that my body and mind may not be able to handle the loss of magic circuits, but I don't feel much damage, nor any huge sense of loss. I was a little scared, but I checked on my magic circuits myself. The idea of seeing for myself just how much I've lost is terrifying, but we're heading into battle against Berserker. I need to understand my own condition. Huh? I don't know how to explain it. The overall function of my magic circuits feels sluggish, but there doesn't seem to be any obvious damage. I was chewed to pieces, but my magic circuits are still intact. It looks like I'm still able to do my strengthening magecraft. I see. So that means I see in the magic circuit I rarely use were the one Tosaka took. I only activate it's about 1 to 4 circuits when I do strengthening. Since I can't do large-scale magecraft anyway, I never fully activated all my since I can't do large-scale magecraft anyway, I've never fully activated all my circuits. So she transplanted the circuits I don't use to save her. I close my eyes and assess my situation. It seems this won't affect my strengthening magecraft. But the sluggishness, like I'm wading through water, is because my capacity for magecraft, my capacity for magecraft is decreased. In exchange, though, I feel that I'm connected to something more important deep inside myself. I can't tell exactly where it's from, but there's a faint line that connects me to me and Saber. I gained something truly important in exchange for my lost circuits. Saber speaks up from somewhere behind me.
シローの回路を得る際に必要最小限にとどめるよう努力はしました。ですが、その最低限の量ですら人から得るには多すぎた。もしやシローに消せない傷跡を残してしまったかと思うと、謝罪の言葉も見当たりません。これは私の不覚です。私が書くも力足らずでなければ、シローには。
That's not true. You have nothing to apologize for, Saber. This all happened because I couldn't supply you with magical energy in the first place. That's solved now, though. Now I can give you the magical energy you need without a problem. Yet now I can finally proudly say that I am Saber's master. Don't worry about my magic circuits. I didn't use them all anyway. I even feel better without them, actually. By the way, why are there 5 of you? Saber's expression remains clouded. Crap, I never know what to say at times like this. Saber's recovered, and I survived even and after the loss of some of my magic circuits. Saber's magic circuits, the dream of light and wind, and Saber in her youth. And on top of that, we spent the night touching, skin to skin. Calm down, calm down. That was a ritual for our survival. I need to calm my mind, and if I don't focus, I can mess up during battle. The sleepy rhythm of Tosaka's breathing halts and she grunts. Looks like Tosaka's awake now. Yo, morning, Tosaka. I see Tosaka's hair shift and then her head tilts up. She is not a morning person at all. She doesn't look like her usual sharp self at all. Thanks, Tosaka. It worked. No, I only lost about 30%, so don't worry. I can make do with what I still have. I thought I took everything, motherfucker! Greedy, you say? Yeah, I know you were hungry, but I wish you had a little better manners. Tosaka joining helps us dispel the awkwardness between Saber and me. Now we're back to normal. Tosaka yawns and gets to her feet. It's almost time for the battle. Somewhere in that forest, Berserker and Ilyas will await. If we don't defeat that hurricane of death, everything we did last night was for nothing. The connection that is created between Saber and me deep in our hearts. To protect what we created, we'll have to defeat the most powerful enemy of all. The battle comes to an end. The two fought fiercely, and it ended with the disappearance of the Red Knight. Holy shit, look at this damage! Now a shadow of its former glory, the reception room is in ruins. The floors are cracked and broken. Many of its walls have been knocked down. The stairs have collapsed, and broken marble is scattered across the floor. There is hardly a trace of the reception room's original form. Some might even say time itself has been stolen from the space. After such vast destruction, the scene bears no resemblance to what it was just 2 hours ago. A sculpture, well suited to such destruction, stands in the middle of it all. Standing over 2 meters tall, it bears the crude likeness of a man, as if roughly hacked out of stone. It hardly bears mentioning. This is Eliasville's servant, Berserker. The giant doesn't move. Its entire body is splattered with red, with several holes torn through it. Not a single inch of the giant's body isn't wounded. 1. Both legs appear on the verge of collapse. 2. A massive gash on the neck. 3. Arms practically hanging from the elbows. 4. Something has pierced from its shoulder. Something has pierced it from shoulder to groin. 5. Blood gushes from its chest. 6. The belly is torn open. Berserker is not moving. He will. It's clearly a corpse. The battle itself lasted less than an hour. The result, unexpected. Berserker's master is beside herself. She should be picking off what remained of her prey, but instead she just stands there, staring at the devastation. Her voice is a low mumble now. The battle came as a humiliation to her. By the way, you actually get to see this battle in the anime. It was awesome. It was probably one of the most awesome fights in the anime. Her servant is the most powerful. Among all heroic spirits, maybe 1 or 2 could compete with Heracles, the most renowned hero of all time. And yet, some unknown archer defeated him. The Red Knight fought on equal ground with Berserker, and in the end even killed Berserker, which nobody else had even thought possible. And for that, he can never be forgiven. To Ilya, it is as if she had been stabbed in the heart by a passing insect. She prided herself on being the strongest master. For her to lose the sword to the sword she should have casually trampled must be unthinkable. Remember those words. The statue doesn't answer. It has neither the time nor the need to do so. Berserker stands still, focused on healing itself. Even for him, this is an unusual battle. His noble phantasm nullifies any attack. So long as the attack is not of the highest possible class, it won't so much as scratch him. As such, he rarely sustains any wound. In his own time, none could harm him after he attained greatness. But here, now, he's been hurt 6 times. Archer delivered 6 fatal blows. Each of his attacks was of a different sort. That is because even the strongest attacks won't work twice on Berserker. Strange as this battle was, the only truly bizarre part was, if Archer was a hero with so many different abilities, his identity should have been obvious. But even after his body was pulverized, Archer's identity remained a mystery. What was really surprising was how he carried himself in a way that seemed contradictory as a servant. A faint light flickers in the pupils of Berserker's eyes. Were Berserker a normal, rational servant, he would probably feel pretty bad about how this battle went. Whatever his identity might have been, Archer was a rare and formidable adversary. If only Berserker's sanity hadn't been taken from him, he would have fought to his heart's content, and maybe even enjoyed himself. She is really mad. Ilya's voice echoes in the shattered hall. Whatever tiny embers of rationality might have been returning to him are immediately snuffed out by her voice. He's just Berserker now. His role is to overwhelm and annihilate his master's enemies. Berserker doesn't need to answer. So long as the wound doesn't kill him, he'll heal in moments. But to completely recover from this takes as much as 3 days. The giant silently objects. It's almost instinctive. At least when it comes to a fight, Berserker has instincts similar to Saber's. He can certainly destroy his enemy easily enough, but if Saber has recovered enough that she can use her noble phantasm, that will be a different story. Berserker will not fall to a mere sacred sword, but there is always the small chance of something going wrong. His instincts tell him that he should be completely prepared before facing his servant, the servant. Ilya hops down from the stairs. She walks through the rubble to the exit without a moment's concern for Berserker, bloodied as he is. But suddenly, she stops, as if remembering something. The murdered child is back. I'm scared. Ilya heads out to the castle, giggling happily. The sun is about to rise. Ilya knows the forest like the back of her hand. She won't have any trouble finding her prey, even if they try to hide. Her targets have only minutes to live.